What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here. And well, so far there hasn't been any news I wanted to talk about or mention, so this video is more thoughts and just opinion, maybe even venting. I don't know what I would describe this video, but I just wanted to do it since I've been seeing a ton of footage, screenshots, and just talks about Gundam Extreme vs. 2 Cross Boost, which recently they have been introducing new original mobile suits and characters from what they call like n-extreme, if I'm saying it correctly. From my understanding, n-extreme is like a manga project or something like that is completely original and it will tie to Gundam Extreme vs. 2. And to be honest, when you look at the mobile suits they are introducing, they look amazing and the gameplay just looks very fun and crazy with some of the stuff they can do. Like, I'm constantly like, what? I also feel the whole design, at least for me, are quite cool, and I'm just like, all of them, I like how they look. And part of me just feels like the situation sucks as someone from the West. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. So, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of the Gundam Extreme vs. series. I mean, I remember playing Gundam vs. Gundam Next Plus in the PSP, Gundam Extreme vs. Full Boost on the PS3, Gundam Vicious on the PS4, and of course the latest Maxi Boost On. Which, I get it, Maxi Boost On is a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. It's still super fun to play, hop in, get some matches with some friends or just randoms and find a group. It also has a very passionate community behind it, which is also really cool. However, a part of me, whenever I see anything about Cross Boost, I just feel like, this sucks. Because I so much want to play the game. Like, I would love to try it. Sadly, in my area, there is no way to access the game. And I think, I may be mistaken, but I think in most areas on the western side, we don't have access to it since Gundam Extreme vs. 2, or the whole series most of the time, has been in arcade machines. And right now, the arcade scene, at least here in, for example, North America, is not lively. It's pretty dead. And seeing the new original mobile suits, when I see the footage, the screenshots, and also all the mobile suits that they're adding because they keep adding new suits to Cross Boost, I just go like, I really want to play the game. And it looks fun and very innovative. Like, look at Gundam Vicious, which is one of the new ones that they added. And design-wise, I love it. I think Vicious is literally my favorite one so far in the group of 4 that they have shown. I think it looks so cool. It wields 2 scythes, like, it looks like it's 2 sides and like they can combine. He has like this wings and the combos that he can do is just, what? You just look at the combos and you're just like, holy shit, this looks insane. And he can even transform. Then you have Supremacy, which feels like a mix of Sparrow from Age and Sandrock from Gundam Wing, which I love playing those two in Maxi Boost On and in Gundam Vs. For Gundam Vs, I used to play a lot of Sparrow. It was one of my favorite suits. And I'm all for it when I look at Supremacy, just some of the combos and abilities. And it's so cool, like I just can't help but look at these videos and just go, damn, I want to play this. They also earlier back in March introduced 2 other original mobile suits, which were Gundam Explosion and Gundam Sanandu. I also not just want to try the new mobile suits just because I feel they look cool, but I want to see how different Cross Boost is compared to Maxi Boost On when it comes to the balance, how the game plays, try some of the system changes. As you know, the burst system has changed. There's more options. And of course, with more options, that means so much more variety, different ways to approach, different ways to engage with teams, and, you know, suits have different options and how they work. And I also think the game looks a little bit better than Maxi Boost On, if I'm being honest. And looking at this, I go sometimes, hell, I would be willing to pay a monthly subscription just to have access to this game and play it. And yes, I understand, not everyone would be fine with that concept, but for me, I just want to play this game so much. And even now, like, let's pretend you have disposable income. Like, let's pretend I do have it. Like, let's pretend I'm a millionaire for some reason. I would be willing to travel to Japan to play the arcade machine and play Cross Boost. But even now, I can't travel to Japan because obviously they closed the borders, which, yes, I agree. It's a bit extreme to travel to a place just to play a game. But hey, that's why I said if I had the disposable income, which I don't. Truly, I don't. I just feel sometimes Bandai Namco just doesn't care too much about us here in the West, and even we tend to get like the short end of the stick. I do think though some things have changed a bit for the better. I mean, we are getting Gundam Evolution here in the West, that SD Gundam game too. We got Super Robot Wars here. Like, all in all, it is an improvement from what we had. We went from barely any titles to a few titles, which it's an improvement, but it seems they just keep ignoring porting the games to consoles sometimes or bring it here to the West. I do see how Extreme Versus 2 is a big revenue source for Bandai Namco, and it doesn't make sense for them, at least right now, to port it to consoles just because they can constantly get revenue from the game by making it in an arcade machine, and since there's a loyal fan base that is playing, they probably make a lot more money than if they just sold it once and that's it. At the same time, like it or not, Gundam is much bigger in Japan compared to the West. So it does make sense why they don't want to bring it here or even port it to consoles and bring it here, because they don't see it as a viable source of income, or they don't think the revenue is going to be good enough for how much they deem worthy. And I do think it sucks that, we don't get to see this game here in the West. And I don't think we won't never see this game. I think it's a little bit like far outreach to say, oh, this game will never come here. I feel it's gonna be like Maxi Boost On. Once something else comes and replaces Gundam Extreme Versus 2, I can see them porting, the game to consoles to give, a last hurrah and get that bit of cash, because that's basically what they did with Maxi Boost On. Maxi Boost On, they released it. Of course, they did some patching, some updates, but that's mostly it. It's not like you're constantly getting DLC for the game or new suits or new maps. Like, they just supported. It's kind of like just there on the side, I would say, compared to, of course, Extreme Versus 2. And I know this video seems like very negative or to vent, and you know what, maybe it's a way to cope. Maybe I'm just coping right now. Like, I love the Gundam franchise. I really wish we could get here in the West the same attention and care Japan gets, but it's understandable. The market here is not as big, it's not the same, the audience is different, and there's really nothing we can do here except, look from the sidelines, and whenever we get something, just try to support it, and hopefully Bandai will notice us more. In the end, it's not just about me. What are your thoughts? Do you ever want to see Extreme Versus 2 in the West or ported to consoles or PC? Like, what do you wish to see? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, just coping here, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.